So, last lesson we found out that an ecosystem is a community of plants and animals living together in a habitat, and that the lives of these plants and animals is closely linked to the climate and the soil of that area. We also found out that ecosystems can be really small, like a hedge or a pond, and they can also be really big, like a desert or a rainforest. Now, the exam says that you need to know an example of a small-scale ecosystem in the UK. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look at the pond ecosystem, okay? And so that you don't have to listen to me too much, well, not in person anyway, I'm just going to tell you exactly what we're going to do, okay? I've actually splashed out on some great A3 colour sheets, which you might actually have in front of you right now, okay? And they're about 40p each, so take care of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain exactly what you need to do, and then you can just crack on with it, okay? And you won't have to do it at home, alright? So, you should have, or you should at least be getting, a sheet that looks exactly like this, okay? And you need to try and fill in this box and these two boxes and all those little boxes and those little boxes there and that big one at the bottom, okay? You need to fill all those in today, okay? And to help you to do that, what you need to do is you need to focus on this diagram here, because this diagram has all the information you need, basically, okay? You just need to put it in the boxes, basically. Right, so first box I'll start with, it says habitats found within the ecosystem, okay? Now, if we have a look at our diagram, all around the outside of the diagram, it tells us all the different little mini habitats you find within the pond. So, we've got, for example, the air above the pond where birds and insects might live. We've got the pond surface, we've got pond margin, we've got, what else have we got? We've got the mid-pond water, etc, etc. So, in that box there, all I would do is I'd write down some of the names of these mini pond habitats, and maybe just write a few words just to say what they're like or maybe what animals live there, and then you're done. And that's one down. Next bit you need to fill in is this bit here where it says producers and consumers. And if you remember, a producer is an organism or plant that's able to get its energy from the sun through photosynthesis. So it's basically any plant or something similar to that, okay? And a consumer is any creature that gets its energy from what they eat, basically by eating something, okay? So all you're going to do is you're going to look back at your important diagram here, and you're going to pick out some of the producers. So, for example, we've got maybe algae, we've got the reeds as well, so you can put those two in. And then consumers, they're pretty much any of the animals here. So maybe just pick 4, 5 or 6, put them in there, and then you sorted. And that's 2 down. So the next bit you need to do is this food web up here, and if you remember, a food web is a complex hierarchy of plants and animals relying on each other for food. It basically tells you what animals eat what, and to be able to fill that in, and also this little bit here, which is just an example of one food web, so that's basically one example of going up from the bottom to the top of the food chain. What you're going to need is you're going to need a PowerPoint slide that I'm just about to put up, and it will be on the screen for you. You're going to need this table here, okay? So this table tells you all the organisms you need to put in, so all the ones that need to go into these boxes here, and all it does is it tells you what animals eat what thing, or what organism eats what thing. So you're going to have to use that, use the information about what organism eats what organism, and that'll help you put in there, okay? And the key thing you need to do is, well, the easiest thing to do it is if you find out what two go at the top and what go at the bottom, that should help you figure out how to do it. Any problems though, ask the real me. And if you've done all that, that means you've got 4 of the main things done. So well done. And finally, the exam board say you need to know what would happen if one component of the ecosystem was altered, what impact that would have on the rest of the ecosystem. So we're going to fill that in this box here, okay? And that's going to rely upon this PowerPoint slide again, okay? So on this PowerPoint slide, I've got you 4 questions that you need to try and answer in that box there. And if you answer those properly, you will have everything you need to answer a question based on this part of the case study, okay? So answer those 4 questions in the box there, and then you sorted. And if you've managed to do that as well, then top stuff. You're a top geographer with no homework either. And that concludes the video. Any questions about this? Ask the real me. If you want to watch this video again, then it's on my YouTube channel. That's all for now.